Good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever the case may be. This is the video I'm making that covers the actual court case, the civil court case that I brought against Casey LaFrance, Sean Turner, and Don and Judy Olson. I have all the court documents here available online for anyone to view or download as they proceed or as they wish to understand what exactly happened. So I'm hoping to put this out in the public domain, just so that it's out there on public record for family and friends or whoever may be find it of interest. The first document is the court order where I opened the suit, my payment for opening the civil suit. I have my summons for Casey LaFrance, Sean Turner, and Don and Judy Olson. The next document I got from the court was the notice of appearance by the lawyer for Casey LaFrance. The next documents are my subpoenas. The first one was a subpoena for Lieutenant Lindsay May, where I also list all of the evidence that I am subpoenaing. I subpoenaed for Lieutenant Lindsay May to bring with him from the police investigation. Second subpoena was for FBI agent Chad Hankins. I subpoenaed him in order to dispute the assertion by Lieutenant May that GPS cell phone data is unreliable in determining the location of a phone. The next subpoena was for State's Attorney Matthew Kwakala. I subpoenaed him to have him bring the letter that they were supposed to make up for the release of my daughter's phone, which I never got, and until he actually brought it to court. He honored the subpoena. Again, he was the only one that actually showed up that honored the subpoena. I got a motion for quashing the subpoena for the FBI agent. Their reason for requesting the quash of the subpoena was because the subpoena failed to identify the specific location where the FBI special agent Chad Hankins was to appear. I guess they don't have an address book or an internet to look up where the 9th District Circuit Court's at. I didn't fight that because it was already on the record that why he was coming was because Lieutenant Lindsay May lied to me. The next document was Casey LaFrance's motion to dismiss. Now his motion to dismiss was based on 3 different criteria. The first criteria was that the plaintiff failed to state a cause of action upon which relief can be granted. So they're saying that there was nothing in my complaint that stated a cause of action. Now, when they say cause of action, that would be what actions the defendant did that actually caused Abby's death. They said that I failed to do that. The second one was that suicide is an independent intervening act which is unforeseeable by the law. So unforeseeability, that's one I argue quite a bit, which we're going to go over. The next one is that I don't have standing as a matter of law to bring this subject to action. So they're saying that I cannot bring the lawsuit in my own name. Then they stated a series of different cases that supposedly support their allegations for the dismissal. In my answer to the motion to dismiss, so I went through basically piece by piece. I talked about the unforeseeability. How can it be? How can unforeseeability or suicide be unforeseeable by law? When every one of the cases that he referenced, the court actually considered the foreseeability. In the case of Abby, it was definitely foreseeable. Casey admitted to police that he thought that Abby was suicidal in the past. He actually signed a letter as a witness for Abby to receive mental evaluation at a state hospital. And it was his request that Abby go to this hospital. It was one of their agreements that he wanted in order for them to rekindle the relationship at one of the times that they broke up. So he encouraged it. So Casey was setting this up all along. He was playing this all along. The other one was, not besides the foreseeability, is that I don't have standing. The Wrongful Death Act clearly states that the personal representative or the next of kin has a right to bring the wrongful death case. The other one was causation. They're saying that according to the law, Abby would have had to have had a case against Casey at the time of her death. So if she would have survived, she would have been able to bring a case against Abby. What would that case be based on? And there are several different laws in Illinois that point that Casey had a duty to prevent injury on his premise liability in Illinois. She would have had a suit that she could have brought that Casey knew she was in what state of mind she was in. He sent her a text or a message the night before on April 3rd with a picture of the dog that Abby loved. He knew how much she loved that dog, along with him and his ex-girlfriend all together, or his new girlfriend and himself and the dog. He sent her a picture of her to Abby, of the three of them together, knowing that would cause Abby emotional distress. He purposely left keys out for anybody, including Abby, to gain access to his home. He knew that he had unsecured guns and ammo. Again, he knew that Abby he claimed that Abby was suicidal, and he created an environment in which that suicide could occur and took no action to prevent it. He had 12 hours to prevent that suicide from happening, and he never called the police. So he took no action, and inaction is an action. So I answered all of them. I have all the documents up here for download that you can look at and review. For my answer to the court, I have laid out all of my arguments against the dismissal. I also put up here the letter from the state's attorney that they wanted me to sign in order to release my daughter's phone. And I put in, as if I was going to go to court, it did get dismissed. The case got dismissed, but I had already prepared for the case to go forward, so I have all of those documents as well, my opening arguments, my arguments in the case, as well as my questions for each one of the defendants. And I put at the end, I put in my expense sheets for funeral and burial cost, as well as all of the court costs that I incurred. So all the documents are up there available for you to look at and review. You can consider, I've gone as far as I can legally. So I just wanted to put it all out there in the public domain. Best of luck to you, and I wish you the best. Thank you.